welcome to another episode of Dating Indefinitely. Woo!
Woo!
It is episode 11. We're happy to have you guys, and we're ready to talk about another topic. Today, this week, we are focusing on a certain question, and it is, do you think that is it okay to still talk about your ex or your partner's ex in your long-term relationship? Like, if you guys have been together for a long time, because I feel like it's different when it's a fresh kind of relationship, but when you're married, and that's kind of what this podcast is all about, is dating when you're married, or dating in a very serious long-term relationship. Um, but do you guys think that it is okay to still talk about your ex or your partner's ex? And we'll give you guys little ideas of what we mean, not just be like generally talking to them, because I say that because talking about your ex in a normal day-to-day basis, I personally don't think that's okay. I know there are some couples out there and people who the ex is constantly brought up or something, and that I don't think is okay. I don't think day to day, like bringing up exes or stuff is okay. You know?
Yeah.
What do you
I
think?
mean, I don't see why you would bring it up every
That's what I'm
day.
saying. So it would be weird if you did.
I
That
think
would
at
be
that point
weird.
you're just kind of showing that they're constantly on your mind. So
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
it's like if you're talking about my ex, then I feel like that's like an insecurity.
Yeah.
And if I'm talking to you about my ex, then there's clearly something still there.
Something, yeah. I agree.
Or if you're talking about your ex, then you're
Thinking
clearly
about,
thinking
yeah, I
about
think
him
clearly
for
thinking
yeah.
about him. Yeah.
So no,
Clear answer. No,
no.
we don't fully agree with that.
Now if it's like I don't know, we're out and about and we see a restaurant and it triggers
It
something,
reminds you of
then yeah, I
something
mean that's fine. Or like a
because we
song.
are guilty of doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone is. Like there's always that
Exactly. Yeah.
trigger. Like they're always gonna be part of you. They're part of your history. So
Yeah, so, like, talking about a memory that's relevant to, like, your conversation, that seems pretty okay. Like, just, like,
yeah.
randomly bringing them up seems okay, you know? But, like, when you're dating, you obviously don't want that person to constantly bring up your ex and stuff, so when you're married and stuff, why would you?
Well, when you're dating, especially like at the very beginning, I think it's normal. Like you kind of talk about
You're, like,
things
not
you
comparing, but,
yeah, but
like,
like things you didn't like about them or like
yeah, things that they did.
you're getting to know each other and if like you did something that triggered me, I would tell you like, listen, that's
That
not
triggers me because of this
yeah,
person.
like please don't do that
Yeah.
or whatever. I don't know.
No, or vice versa. That's definitely happened with us. Like, I'm like, I don't like this because in a previous relationship, this person did this,
And it's like
and
trauma.
it's traumatizing. So sometimes I will say it is healthy, um, even when you're married. I would say if you have a past trauma from a past relationship, and then like your long-term partner or your spouse starts doing the thing that triggered you from a previous relationship, that should definitely be talked about, obviously.
Yeah.
And then it's, okay to be like, well, because then it's not like you're trying to compare, but it's like, no, I'm kind of triggered by this. So I need you
You
to
know
not do
what you want
this.
and you know what you don't want.
Exactly. Yeah.
This made me think of the episode of Love is Blind, Mexico, where like
We are Love is Blind watchers, you guys. We love Love is Blind. And there's a new season coming out next month already, you guys.
yeah, yeah.
So if you're watching this, months from now, we're talking about October, so
Of
of
2024.
2024.
But how she's like, she's like, "What do you drink? Like, what do you think of alcohol?" And he's like, "Oh, I love alcohol." And she was like, "Oh, my past relationship,
It was
it was
triggering.
I was with an alcoholic and he
Yeah.
abused me, so
Yeah,
I will not get into a relationship with someone who
does that.
drinks excessively." Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah. Obviously,
So like
like in
that's like an
beginning
example
relationships, you
of
have to talk about past relationships. But here, we're just talking about, is it being respectful or disrespectful to bring up the ex? Um, So I think we're both in agreement that like if it's a memory, it's okay. Like if it's just like random conversation that's not like frequent, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other thing that we were going to bring up was, is it okay to still follow your ex on social media?
Oh yeah, that is on here. I'm just now reading these.
No, he reads them sometimes. Sometimes he doesn't read them, you guys.
Um, I don't know. I think I follow one of my exes.
I think I still follow one of my exes.
I don't know. I actually don't even know.
When I was writing you guys, when I was writing these, because we write out, we plan out our podcast of what we want to talk about. We don't write like scripts out, but we
Topics,
topics of what to discuss. And when I
bullet
was writing
points.
this, as I wrote that question, I was like, oh shoot, like I think I still follow one of my exes on one platform. I will say on one platform.
I think on like Instagram. I don't know about Facebook. I never really get on Facebook.
No, I don't think on Facebook. I think on
I'm
Instagram.
never on Facebook. I mean, if I'm on
Yeah, you're
Facebook, I'm
never.
just like
I send you stuff all the time and you never
I'm
respond.
not on Facebook. I'm not on Snap. I'm just on Instagram. And like
Yeah,
I have two Instagram accounts, and I think on my personal one, I
you still
follow
follow.
one, maybe two. I honestly don't know.
He's dated so many women, you guys. I can't even keep track.
No, that's an exaggeration.
I always say that. I'm always like, "Oh, you're past 70 women that you've dated." And
hmm
he's like, "Yeah, that's accurate."
I think I follow. Okay, so I know I follow like my first
Your first
girlfriend
one. But
from
that was
like
like
Colorado.
babies.
Yeah,
You
I
were
was like
like
13.
I personally, do you guys count 13 and under? Do you count that as real boyfriend and girlfriend? Cuz I personally don't consider that.
I mean, I was, I dated her. I mean, again,
Dated her. I sat with her at the school cafeteria and
no,
that was our date.
no, I would go see her. I would skate to her house.
Oh, you skated on your little skateboard?
Yeah, and I dated her for like 8 months.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's
It's
what
a
I'm saying.
serious young
It
relationship.
was.
Okay, I maybe would count that as a relationship
It
then.
was. It was my first like
That's so
girlfriend.
little though. Oh,
Yeah, and then I think I follow.
guys, I wasn't playing with Barbies, but you know what I mean. I was not interested in boys at that time.
Well, I was skating at that time, and I was like getting into music, and
Oh
like,
yeah, interesting.
and I was yeah, I was cool. I was cool
You
as
were
shit.
so cool. Um, okay, so we both are in agreement that we both follow an ex on social media.
Oh, I definitely follow some of my
Okay,
exes.
now what is your opinion on keeping pictures, like past relationship pictures on like Facebook? I know we're talking about Facebook and a lot of people, especially the youngins, don't use Facebook anymore. We use Facebook. Most of our friends and family use Facebook, so that's why we're using that
Yeah,
platform talking about.
Facebook is definitely for like family and like old friends,
Yeah.
and like
But
just
like I know a lot of girls who have, if a relationship ended badly or just ended in general, they deleted all the past pictures of their past relationships. What's your opinion on keeping
I think
old
it I
pictures?
think it depends on how it ended.
I totally agree. I agree.
Like if it was like a bad
If it was a bad
ending,
breakup, why
then
would you want to remember
yeah,
that?
like screw them. Why would you want to
Exactly.
keep that in? But like I think I have some that I'm tagged in from
Yeah.
like previous that are just there, and it's like
Same. And it's like if people, yeah, have tagged you and stuff, then.
yeah.
And the thing
But
is
like
too,
profile pictures, I delete those because you know how you
oh,
can
yeah,
like set like
yeah.
a profile picture, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's like a
Obviously, I would delete
I
those.
delete those obviously, but like
There's like
any like
past stuff
posts that just kind of
or random.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah
Well, and the thing is too is that I will say this. Um, if there was a relationship that kind of triggers you and your partner, keeping those past pictures on Facebook can be triggering only because not that your partner necessarily goes and searches for them, but Facebook likes to do that lovely memory
Oh, I hate
reminder
those.
now. And
Oh,
I recently like had Facebook be like, "Remember this?" And it was a picture of like me with my ex at prom and I was like, I
Ugh,
mean, I remember it.
ugh,
Thank you, Facebook.
brother,
Brother,
ugh.
no, that's mean. We're not trying to be mean here, okay? Um,
No, but I hate those memories because, like,
yes.
not because of that, but, like, for me, like, I see a lot of them pop up, and it's like, What the heck was I thinking? Like, why did I post this? I was
Oh my
such
god.
an idiot."
But it was I don't know. I think if there's a relationship that triggers the 2 of you, not saying, like, that picture that I saw triggered us, it did not. Um, but I know there are people who see memories pop up on their partner's Facebook, like, if they're looking at it and they're like, "Oh, look at this memory that popped up," it can be triggering for that partner, so, really, it's about being respectful, so even if they're like, "Hey, I don't love seeing that pop up, it makes me feel, like, insecure because maybe you are different with them than how they were with that other person. Maybe they're more grounded with you, and not to say they're less fun, but they're just more mature and they don't like take as many pictures with you as they did with the past partner when they were younger, more like, "Oh, let's take pictures all the time." And then they see triggering pictures to them of you having so much fun with this other person and they're like, "Why don't they take that many pictures with me or something?" You know? And it can be hurtful. And so if your partner is like, "Hey, I don't love seeing that. Would you mind taking that down or something?" Or, I don't know. But it's just about being respectful to your partner and not being upset or annoyed that they're asking that because people have completely different triggering things, you know?
Yeah. I see that you put something about kids. What do you mean?
Oh, just that's completely this whole scenario and whole topic that we're talking about, it is completely different for every person because there are people, obviously, who have kids with other people, with their exes, and, you have to keep them in your life, you have to have them on social
Oh,
media
I
and
get what you mean.
stuff,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
So it's different. Because we're not saying like, "You can't talk to your ex." There are some people whose relationships end amazing and they end up best friends and stuff, and they are totally fine still talking to their ex. There's probably boundaries you have to build because your partner's like, "Hey,
Yeah, that's not cool.
that's not cool if you're, like, best friends, like, with your ex and stuff." I don't know, but it's very different for every single person.
I see what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you meant, like, seeing them with, like, kids, and I'm like
I don't wanna see them with
I was
kids.
like, well, a lot of my exes have kids at this point.
That's true, they
So
do.
okay, so I misread that. That was my fault. But
Yes.
yes, that makes sense. Um, I don't know. I don't know if I think I've seen some photos of you from I think it is the prom one.
Yeah, I think it's the prom one.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't care. I mean,
I mean, there's 2 prom ones for me, but only 1 prom one that you know.
um, one of your exes got on my nerves.
Yes.
And I think like
And we're not here to name names or
no,
anything.
but like and like the thing is like I knew this person before I even knew you. So
Yeah.
like it's like nothing even correlated there.
Yeah.
But I remember getting annoyed like going through your profile when we first started
Yes.
dating and I saw that
And
picture.
all the pictures with him.
Yeah, I was definitely annoyed by that. So I think it's just having respect for your partner and what's discussing what's okay and what's not.
Yeah, and I think I removed a lot of pictures off my not really again, like Facebook, really consider Facebook to be like a photo album. Like, you don't really delete pictures from your photo album, so I don't know. I don't really delete stuff off of Facebook, just because 'cause I'm not really on there that much, so I don't think about it.
Yeah, but
But
like your Instagram, you
your
would.
Instagram,
Yeah,
I'm on there a lot. I know what's on there.
because that's
So
like a portfolio almost.
exactly. So if I have ended a relationship or relationship has been ended, I deleted all those pictures because 'cause I'm like, "I'm on the air all the time. I'm gonna see it all."
Yeah.
So that's why I don't know. I don't know if it's different for boys, but I feel like that's the consensus for women. Like, almost all the girls I know, they delete a lot of, like, past relationship photos, especially off of
Okay,
Instagram.
what about like your phone?
Oh, phone. Yeah, I think I deleted like every single picture of my ex off my phone.
It took me hours
Oh,
to go through and like,
so
and you
many
know,
pictures with
and
his
like,
ex, you
and
see?
like, no, 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 no. What I was gonna say is like, I like went through and I did the whole like select. You know, you're just going down and
Oh, that
selecting and
takes
selecting and
forever.
selecting and selecting, and then I was so stupid. I accidentally hit deselect
Oh,
instead
no.
of deleting, and
I
I
would
was
have
like,
lost my mind.
so I had to go back
No,
and redo
absolutely not.
everything. But yeah, I delete them off of my phone and
And that I think is
iCloud and
respectful because it's like at that point, especially if you're married at this point, you're like, why would you need pictures of your ex on your phone? Um, so really this episode's about being respectful, and if your partner's totally fine with social media and past pictures and all that, cool. Most people, I mean, there are a lot of people who are totally fine with that. Um, but if your partner is not fine with it, it's also respectful of you to respect their wishes. So
yeah.
yeah, just be kind to each other, just love each other, and um, if you, I don't know, had problems getting over your previous ex or something, or you and your current partner, whether long term relationship or married, are having issues, and you're in that really, really um, just down on your luck situation where you feel lonely, you feel distraught, you're not happy, and like you feel like you need to seek happiness elsewhere, and you go down the X rabbit hole. Just
That is a bad rabbit
that's a
hole.
rabbit. That's a bad rabbit hole to go down. uh, don't consume yourself with those people from the past because it's not worth it.
They're in the past for a reason.
Yep, exactly.
Live
And
for the future.
yeah, and if you go backwards, you're not moving forward. So
Yeah.
yeah, we definitely don't suggest doing that. Okay, let's move on to rapid fire. Choo, 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 choo. Okay, so I did would you rather questions. So my first one is, would you rather
Oh God.
would you rather be half your height or double your weight?
I'd rather be.
So either you're hella short.
I'd rather be double my weight because I know I can.
Really?
Well, yeah, because then I can just like work
That's true because you're not
and
that
like
heavy.
no.
So you'd rather,
I mean, I would be heavy if I was double my weight. I'd be like over 300 pounds,
yeah,
or yeah, I would be like a little over 300 pounds.
yeah.
So like I could just
I would feel,
get on a diet and start working out again, and
yeah.
which
We're just decently active people, so being twice our weight would be hard for us to do a lot of things.
yeah.
Okay, your turn.
Um, what tattoo do you plan on getting next?
Something ocean themed. So I think I'm gonna save my mermaid for a little bit, but maybe either a sea animal or mermaid scales. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Would you rather have hands for feet or feet for hands?
Hands for feet.
Hands for feet?
Like my feet are hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Hands for
agree.
feet.
You could do
Then
amazing.
you could be like a monkey.
Uh, think about like you're basically doing a handstand at that point.
These are so weird.
I know. Okay, you go.
If you were to go back to school, what would you go for?
What would I go for? Um, if I was not incredibly allergic to cats and dogs, all my life I wanted to be a veterinarian. So I would have done that. But unfortunately, my life cursed me to be allergic to literally everything. So I couldn't do that. My dreams were crushed.
Shame.
Anyways, would you rather have been born 100 years in the past, or would you rather be born 100 years in the future?
100 years in the past.
Really? Because of the way the earth is going right now?
Yeah. In the future, there's no
There's going
hope.
to be no earth, you guys.
Nope. Everything's going down the drain anyway.
Oh
So
my gosh. But 100 years in the past.
That would have been 1924.
Okay. That's not too bad, I guess. There's
No,
still one more. When did cars get invented?
I don't
The
know.
20s?
I have no
I don't know,
idea.
you guys. History. Okay, your last question.
Do you prefer flowers or chocolate?
Flowers. I love flowers, you guys. He got me flowers this week and I felt so special. And they weren't even special occasion flowers. They were just because flowers,
Yeah,
which
not
are the best kind of
or
flowers.
apologetic flowers.
They were not apologetic
That's what I
flowers.
said. They weren't a special occasion
Oh, or
or
apologetic
apologetic
flowers,
flowers.
yes. Because we girls don't like apologetic flowers to be the only time you get flowers. That should never be the only time you get them. Okay, well, that is the end of our episode. Short and sweet. We just want to say be considerate of your partner and what they feel about your ex or their ex. Any last words?
Check out my new tattoo.
Yes.
Bam.
He got a
So
flash sale tattoo for
hardcore.
October the 13th. He called me and he said,
Can I go get a
Amor, can I
tattoo?
get a tattoo? And I said, go for it. I
Yep.
was at work.
It was awesome.
So he's got a special little thing now.
You always gotta ask the wife.
Yes.
There you go. That's my advice.
Great advice. Okay, you guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.